professors just sorry. Professors just mentioned the fact that good governance will not come without the ground norm being what it should be in terms of robustness and things of that nature. But you're a lawyer, and you look at our constitution now and again, or probably even every day. Do you think it is so defective that it is the cause of the level of impunity and lack of development that we have experienced?
Obviously, the analogy is simple. No matter how beautiful, how well structured a building is, if it's got a faulty foundation, it surely would crumble with time or with the slightest impact. And that is exactly what the analogy that befits the Nigerian constitution presently. You see, the philosophy of governance vis-a-vis law is such that there should be willing submission to the ground norm. The ground norm being the apex law, the body of rules that give efficacy and authority to other laws. So there has to be some form of level of submission without so much. You don't need to force somebody to submit to the constitution. But you and I know today that a whole majority of Nigerians have refused to willingly submit to the constitution, because all over the place everybody says that it is a decree. It's a decree number 24 of 1999. Having said that, you cannot remove that particular point from the table. The constitution is defective. The foundation of it is defective, and as such, no matter the content, no matter the superstructure you place upon it, there will always be problem. We need a constitution that would give us the ability, the consent, the need for us to willingly submit to it, and that is the problem of the Nigerian ground norm presently. That is why it is imperative that there should be a national conference now. That, like my prof said, there is no better time to discuss national problems, national priorities. You cannot say wait until a certain period of time before you discuss problems. When the problems are there, you face them squarely. That is the essence. And I want to say something, bearing reference to the earlier talk about Governor Fashola in Sokoto State, commenting against the national conference. I am amazed that a senior advocate of Nigeria, as respected and as excellent as Governor Fashola, would come up to say that the constitution of Nigeria has no problem and equate it with, I want to say that the same governor has his friend, Governor Fayemi of Ekiti State. Last week in Sunrise, I watched it, coming out to support the national conference. So there is some kind of
I think there is a misunderstanding.
I think so too.
Yes.
Because what he said was that there is no need for us to have a conference to do the things that we are supposed to do.
Yes.
I don't think that means that there's no need for a conference.
No, you are getting it wrong.
We can still do the things that we have to do as leaders, even without sitting at the table to what are we discussing? About giving the people good roads, giving them hospitals, giving them all the things that they require to live.
You are very correct, but it does not derogate from the fact that Governor Fashola, His Excellency, has clearly said that he is not in support of the proposed conference. You cannot say that.
Let me move to the other side.
I am sure about that.
Let me move to the other side and ask Shina. In terms of priority, Shina, do you think our priority should be the national conference, or look at the things that are not working in terms of our development in Nigeria?
Okay, let me take a different dimension.
Okay, please do.
I see Nigeria as a mixed multitude. It's a mixed multitude with various values, diverse tendencies, diverse opinions, diverse approaches to development, growth, inclusion. They're different. And a mixed multitude usually has either two destinies. One, it could be a land of jeopardy because of the conflict as a result of the mixture. On the other hand, it could be a land of opportunity as a result of the diversity. What determines which direction the country will go will depend on the political settlement, will depend on what the people aggregate their destiny, their direction, and their values to be. The question is, has that aggregation been done? If the aggregation had been done, some of the conflicts that we experience in Nigeria today, we would not see them. And so, when the opportunity for a national dialogue comes, and it is seen as an opportunity for political settlement and the aggregation of our diverse values, then it is also an opportunity to create a land of opportunity. The second point I want to make is the fact that for good governance, because Prof made, as far as I'm concerned, I think Prof's reason, what should be our priority, is good governance. Because under good governance, everything you are looking for will follow. So if you are targeting good governance, there is an aspect to good governance that people tend to omit. And this aspect is the area of social contract between the followers and the leaders, between the political elite and the masses. Now, in Nigeria, we have been used to listening to the leaders, listening to the elites, listening to politicians because they rightfully represent our interests, listening to government, whether it's executive, legislature. It is about time for the government to keep quiet for a while and listen to the people. And a national dialogue that is people-driven, and for some 6 to 9 months, will probably give opportunity for government to listen to actually what people really say.
How easy is that, Shino?
Yes.
Bearing in mind that we have this baggage of, our military past, which we still carry around.
Well, you should have heard the chief of staff, I mean, the chief of defense staff, the chief of the head of the military, General Ihejioka. He said this morning that the military is going to defend the democracy. So I think the military itself too is a growing, is the military itself. I mean, you see, for you to have political settlement in Nigeria, it should be all-inclusive. The military is part of Nigeria. The legislature is part of Nigeria. Civil society is part of Nigeria. And those who do not believe it is time for a national conference are a part of Nigeria as well. And I think that, I mean, for reasons, I mean, that, people have different reasons for either refusing or accepting something. But I believe that when a time has come for something to happen, it will happen. And those people who contest or who challenge the reasons why are only asking for the people who propose it to be sharper about the reasons and to be more definite about their delivery.
Yes.
So, which is fair.
Okay. And Mr. Ikeji, do you believe that a national conference would solve all the challenges facing Nigeria?
Thank you so much for that question. You see, there's this misconception that the essence of the national conference is to solve the entire problems of Nigeria. It has to be put as a signpost that the national conference, the suggested national conference, is not a cure-all panacea to the problems of Nigeria. It is one of the very first steps that are very necessary, ultimately necessary to achieve those results that the Nigerian society requires and needs. If we get, like Mr. Shino has said, if we get our political settlement all right and we get good governance in place, then one by one the puzzles will start falling into place. That is the essence of the national conference. We get our bearing right. We know the direction we are going as a nation. There is justice in the system. There is no miscontent amongst any group in the society. There and then you will find out that every other problem will start falling into place. It will be easy to solve infrastructural problems because it will have to be the people that will matter in the entire scenario. But where there is no political settlement, where there is no understanding, where there is no justice in the system, the political elite continue to have their way and ride roughshod on the people.